RT Action 2, which is Vivify Specific, and RT Action 11, Conflicted State Negotiation, are both taught in the foundation training. So if you come along and do the foundation training with me, you will learn how to do both of these. It's something that we can do quite safely depending on client circumstances, and it's really useful for allied health professionals, therapists, and other helping, caring professions as well. All right, so today we're working through a bit of a dilemma that you have, and so we're just wanting to find a little bit of resolution for you, a little bit of harmony about this decision for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So let's start with the particular time that this one part of you has felt it has a conflict with an area of your life.
I guess my main sort of life dilemma at the moment is trying to figure out where I want to settle down and the way I want to live my life. And those two things, due to financials, don't I guess line up at the moment. So do you want like more detail?
No, so give me the part of you, the part of you, that one part of this decision that you are sort of torn to making.
So one part of me is so sick of living sort of wall to wall in suburbia.
Okay, what's that like for you? If you were to just kind of drop into it for a moment, you might close down the eyes even, but just tell me, you're looking around where you live now. Describe it like it's happening right now in present tense. So
it just puts me on edge instantly.
Okay,
like
so I'm on edge.
Shut my shoulders.
Yeah.
I just feel like I have no space or privacy, or just, people can see through your windows, and all the dogs are barking at each other through different fences, and neighbours complain about noise, and you can just hear and see everything, and I hate it so much.
What's going on here right now? Tell me what's going on in your body.
It just makes me feel so tense, and I just, like winter, for example, we've just been through winter, is the worst, and I feel like that's the worst time. I don't like winter in general, but I feel so trapped in there.
Okay, trapped.
In winter.
You're trapped, you're tense. What else is going on for you when you think about this kind of being stuck, I guess, in this place? What else goes on?
So frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, just wanting to pack up and leave. Would be the best way to describe it, I think.
Okay, pack you up and leave. All right, so what can I call this part of you? This part that's tense, this trap. What can I call you? Is it frustrated, or what's this part that I'm speaking to?
I think frustrated.
Okay.
Overwhelmed. Do you want multiple names?
No, just kind of drop into that tension, that trapped feeling, that, there's the neighbours and everything. Just tell me what sort of, feels more intuitive around what I can call this part.
I think frustration.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, frustration. Okay, and frustration, I heard you mention sort of wanting to pack up and leave. So is that kind of what you wish, for your life? Is this the decision you're wanting to go towards?
I love where I live and the relationships that I have here. So I guess that's where the torn part is.
Yeah.
Like the broader location I love, and I'm very happy here. But especially when I'm in those moments where it's feeling like I'm very trapped and frustrated, then I very much have that thought of, screw it, I'm just going to pack up and go somewhere, even if it's in the middle of nowhere, and I won't have the lifestyle that I have or the friends that I have. I just need space.
Yeah, you need space. Yeah. And what would be good about that? Like, what's motivating you to that in those moments you're frustrated and you just want to get out, pack up?
Well, I grew up on a bit of land, and I used to spend a lot of time just either outside walking in the bush or in the paddocks, and we had chickens and dogs and cats and a cow, and like that's kind of my life goal, is to have a decent little block of land, to have animals and trees and privacy and quiet and no light pollution and that kind of thing.
I can see a little smile coming off of your face as you're speaking. Yeah. So it's something that really speaks to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And the part of you that sort of wants to stay and keep going. What do you think that part of you, is trying to offer you?
like in staying.
Yeah, like what can you see that part of you that wants to stay, sort of side of the story, I guess. Yeah.
So I think in terms of like if I were to go somewhere where I could afford that country lifestyle, that's like hours away from here. So it would be very far away from my work. I love my job. I've stayed there for a few years now, which is unlike me. So I'm really happy there and really settled with work, and I would hate to leave my team and start again. And the friends I've made since being at uni and working, like all my friends are within 20 minutes of where I live right now, and it's so convenient. And the idea of not having that anymore I don't think I realised how much that would affect me. I think I ignored that bit a little bit.
All right. So you admit there's a little bit of that, this frustrated part. There's a little bit of kind of, I'm just going to not hear out everything that this other part of me wants to.
I think I'm just like, oh, it'll be fine. I can deal with it. As long as I've got my space and my animals, like it would be okay. But I see friends all throughout the week. Like I have friends that live, just a few minutes away from me that I'll just pop in and see after work. And I wouldn't have that anymore.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I want to talk to this other part of you, this part that, is already coming through a little bit about, this is my friends, this is my routine, this is what I know, this is a big part of my lifestyle. I want to hear from this part. So tell me a little bit about what this part of you, sees.
I think part of it is that like I moved away from home, and that was really rough at the start.
Yeah.
But I've come a long way since then in terms of settling down and the friends I've made, and I think I sometimes take for granted how convenient all of my friendships and lifestyle, like even with the sport I play and everything, is all here. And like I'm 10 minutes from my dance studio, and that sort of like everything's so close and so convenient.
Yeah. And what's good about that? Tell me, drop into that for a little bit for me for a moment. Like, what do you like about this sort of idea of staying, or this idea of being? What does it offer you?
I think I'd get very lonely.
What do you like about? So you're connected.
Yes.
Connected. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, no, that's okay. Yes, I like that I'm got a lot of support when I need it.
Yeah, so the support.
When I'm sick, friends pop around and get groceries for me, or we'll do nice things like that, or conveniently being very close to work and conveniently being very close to where I dance, and being able to just go, oh yeah, I feel like crap today, I'm going to pop into the studio because I can, because it's right there.
Okay, so this part of you that's got friends around, and you can just pop in and make last minute decisions, and if you're sick, there's things. What's this part? What can I call this part of you?
Comfort.
Comfort. Yeah, comfort. All right, thank you, comfort. And comfort. What do you sort of understand about this other part, this frustrated part that we were speaking to before? What do you understand about what that part's sort of wanting?
I think it recognises there's a lot of comfort in what I had as a kid, if that makes sense.
So it sees your side of the story a little bit.
Yeah, I think it sees what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But I think it's trying to, like I said, I sort of take advantage of how close everyone is right now and what I have here. So I think it's trying to, remind me that it wouldn't just be that easy to leave, I think.
Yeah. All right. So sounds like your concern, comfort, is that it's all well and good to kind of go back and be in the nature and be in the trees and be in this sort of space, but there's a lot of things you take for granted, a lot of comfort, etc., in that social connection and the convenience, and that maybe frustrated doesn't quite understand the depths of what it means to move.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm also not hearing a lot of animosity or difficult feelings towards that frustrated part of you. And saying frustrated didn't sound particularly, like it didn't agree with you or didn't like you. There's not animosity here. It's just more that you both want different things, but I can hear that you can see each other's side of the story.
Yeah, I think that's the trouble.
Yeah.
Is that obviously when I'm in the moment of being frustrated, I only see one side and I just want to leave. But then nice things happen that aren't in my house and on my property.
Yeah.
That make me realise that just having space and a house and property wouldn't solve all my problems either.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I want to jump back to frustrated now, just for a moment. Can you hear what comfort is saying about, it's not that easy, or, there's a lot more that goes to it. Are you hearing that?
Yes.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about it?
It just makes me feel trapped in a different way.
Yeah.
Because I can't figure out what would help or what I could do.
Okay.
Because trying to figure out a way to meet in the middle doesn't feel possible. And a lot of that comes down to financially, land and stuff is expensive.
Okay.
And land, especially close to where I want to be, is very expensive.
Yeah.
So there's little option for meeting in the middle, I guess. And that's where now I'm feeling like that's a different kind of stuck.
Yes. So that's sort of a circumstantial stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know here there's a conflict in that, you frustrated want to kind of move away, not be stuck in this feeling. It sounds really agitating, it's just like you're, and you mentioned tension and all of that kind of stuff. And comfort, obviously, it sounds, pragmatic and also, really enjoys the connections and friendships that you have as well. If you were to, I suppose, you have to come to some level of agreement about this decision eventually.
Mm-hmm.
What would you suggest to comfort? If in an ideal world, what would you want from this comfortable part of you? What would you need to see, or what would you like to hear from this part in terms of a bit of a negotiation or a bit of a, way forward that you could meet in the middle?
Of how comfort could meet in the middle?
Yeah, of how this part that wants to go and this, you want to stay, you want to go, and comfort wants to stay. So what would you suggest? If what would help you feel less trapped? What would you need to hear from comfort? Because I'm hearing from comfort a lot of no, but there's this, no, but there's that, but you haven't thought about this, but what about that? And some, you agree with a lot of that, you can see a lot of that, but what do you want? If you could speak right now to comfort out loud, what would you say to comfort about what your needs are?
I think that the social life has become more important to me in my later years. Later years in my old age. Whereas I guess when I grew up in a small town, it was I didn't live close by anything or anyone, and that was just what life was. And I've had a taste of the convenient life.
Can I ask, am I speaking to frustrated right now, or am I speaking to comfort?
I don't know.
That's all right. All right. I think this sounds more sort of what comfort.
Okay.
Well, you tell me. When you're saying I don't, the way I grew up, things have moved on, and I'm feeling, really connected, and my social life is really important to me. That, I don't know. Am I speaking?
Yeah, that makes sense. I was aiming for comfort.
Yeah.
I think when I started talking, I think if I had have done this 5 years ago, it would have been an easy decision.
So sort of, it sounds like a little bit of that timing stuff. Yeah. Is there anything that you can offer frustrated then, in terms of, frustrated is really talking about feeling tense and stuck and trapped, and these are really big words and these are really emotive words. Is there anything, if you two were to reach an agreement, or at least start this few steps towards agreement? I know these things, there's financial factors, there's other things as well, but, if you could offer some relief or offer some compromise, what would you say to, if I'm frustrated right now, what would you say to me?
The situation seems unwinnable at the moment. It's probably not a word, but I think that it's the goal is almost too big with where I am in my life right now.
All right. So I'm hearing you say the goal is too big. So what frustrated wants is to just pack up and go. That feels
and,
to
you
you,
know, the 15 acres
yeah,
and huge block of land, all the space, the perfect house, and to just live in solitude in my perfect house and my perfect block of land.
Right. So that thing that frustrated's holding feels way too big to you right now, or not really something you can compute or really ever see, or not right now see yourself doing. Okay, keep going. Tell me about this kind of...
And then I think the compromise is to increase the space of what I have.
Okay.
But not going all out, because the only way to go all out is to move very far away.
Yeah, and win the lottery.
Yeah, pretty much, which hasn't worked so far. So I think just sort of understanding that we can get that little bit more space.
Okay.
And
is that like through a move, or is it through...
It would be a move.
Structure? Okay.
It has to be a move.
Yeah.
So, for example, just recently, I'm coming to terms of actually just looking for properties just a little bit further out, so that I'm still within like half an hour, 40 minutes max of all the things that I'm currently within 10 or 15 minutes.
So it's not a mission. If you want to do them, you can hold some form of routine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'd still have my same job. My friends would still be nearby. It wouldn't be as convenient as what I have it. But I could live on an acre, for example, which comfort sort of like, I think that would be enough. That's okay.
Yeah.
And then frustration's like, oh my God, an acre is just never going to be big enough.
Okay, well, let's hear from frustrated. Let's just go back for a moment. I want to hear frustrated. Did you know, when Comfort was talking about like the thing that's making me say, no, this is never going to happen, is that it just feels too big. And we just need to, you know, I'm happy to work with that. And that is always going to be the dream, right? But it's just too big. We just need to wind it back just a little bit bigger, a little bit further out. Yeah, how does that land for you?
I think sort of just looking at it like from frustration's perspective and a financial perspective, that's the only step that ticks all the boxes, I guess. Not quite, but like...
I'm hearing another part of you here, I think. I'm hearing a bit of a little, like a mediator part, or a bit of a part that's like, this is logical, but frustrated. When we're talking about feeling trapped and stuck and, you know, frustrated, you know, like just that feeling, that really visceral tension that you were describing. How does it feel in terms of Comfort's proposal of like 20 minutes, half an hour out of Geelong, an acre of space, etc.? How does that land for you when you sort of think about where you are now and you think about just taking that middle step that Comfort suggested? Does that resonate at all for you, or?
I think it does. If I'm fully embracing frustration, then I would say, you know, by the time you put a house on it, and a driveway on it, and a shed on it, I could probably get some chickens. Like, that's it.
It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel enough. Okay.
Yeah, I think, and then it would, like, it'd still be a residential area, so I wouldn't be allowed to have goats or anything. So I'm still very limited and very within the structure of suburbia, even though it's a bigger block of land.
Okay, so what would you say back to Comfort then? Because Comfort's sort of putting forward this, like, we can't do that big thing yet. This is what I could probably achieve, but that's not feeling like enough. So what would you say back to Comfort in terms of a negotiation or a compromise then?
Honestly, frustration is not the most realistic person, I feel.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's yeah, sorry. I don't want to speak over you. Yeah. So you're not the most
I would say frustration would be like, just enter the lotto. This is the week. You're gonna get it.
We just have to make this happen.
We'll just spend all your money on the lotto, and then we'll win it, and then all our problems will be solved, and you can get 5 acres in, it'll be perfect.
Yes. Okay.
Or find a sugar daddy, or sell photos of your feet. Like, it's honestly just like figure it out, make it happen somehow.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of like urgency and a lot of like agitation.
Like, there's just got to be a way we can do it now.
Okay. All right, frustration. I want to bring a support for you into this conversation. Okay, so just sort of wondering, if you could have a support right now, what would it be? Is there a part of you that could be supportive right now? Or how do you want to feel in this negotiation?
I think I would want to feel, I would like to feel.
Right now in this moment, how do you want to feel?
I'd like to feel at peace with what I can access.
Okay.
with
So-
what's realistic.
Can you tell me about a time where you have been in a situation where you felt at peace with what you can access, or at peace in some way with something that's a bit tumultuous or a bit unknown? Have you ever experienced before when you've managed to navigate a time like that? Might even be quite minor.
I don't know if this is quite the example that you're looking for, but like, for example, when I was building my house, I was living in a unit.
Sure.
And then I built a house on a slightly bigger piece of land, and it was all mine, and I could do what I want with it. So that felt awesome. It was an upgrade. It was I was, you know, designing the house around the backyard for my dogs.
Yes.
And, you know, making it what the dream was always to have a big block of land, but that was really exciting at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Okay, so in that moment, like, I just want you to go back to that time when you were building your house, and I want you to pick just one part of that time where you were experiencing that, like, oh, this is like, I'm doing this around here and I'm doing this around there, and it felt really good. I just want you to pick one moment in time and just take yourself back there in your mind, whether it's, I don't know, standing in your new build as it's going up, or whether it's the first day you moved in. Just share with me just a moment of that when you felt that feeling. And I want you to kind of describe it like it's happening right now, like I'm standing in my blah, 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 or I'm, talk to me a little bit about that.
I think it was when I got the keys.
Okay, so you've got your keys.
Yeah, I had my dog, and I only had one at that point. And I felt like I was doing it for her.
So where are you standing right now? Or where are you?
So
where are you?
Yeah, so I walk into the house, I'm holding her and my keys, and I've walked in, and I'm showing her around and saying, you know, this is going to be our bedroom, this is your lounge room, and, you know, you can roll around in this carpet, and you can go out your doggy door here, and look at all this yard you have to play in, and the undercover area so you can lay kind of in the sun, and just sort of trying to give her, feeling like I was upgrading for her.
Upgrading for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it felt like enough at the time. In this moment, when you
in that moment, it felt amazing, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it felt amazing. How else? Take yourself back, showing her around. You're walking around that house, you're showing her the doggy door. What are you feeling right now?
Really accomplished.
Yeah, okay.
Because I did it myself.
Yeah.
And
is there a body sensation that's coming up for you and you think you're feeling accomplished, amazing?
just kind of like that happy butterfly feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, just feeling like, oh, like I did it. You know, I finished uni and I got a job and I saved enough money to buy a house, and
I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. What can I call you? This part of you, this I did it part of you that's feeling kind of butterflies and happy. What can I call you?
Accomplished?
Accomplished. Yeah. Thank you, accomplished. All right, accomplished. I'm wondering, are you willing to help comfort and frustrated at this time? Like, would you be willing for Christina to kind of call on you when she needs you to help support her through tricky times? Are you happy to be part of that?
I don't know how, but yes.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's absolutely fine. All right. So, okay, accomplished. So, we want to kind of wake you up. How can she kind of use you at like an anchor, or is it like an action, or is it remembering that memory, or is there an animal that you associate with yourself, this feeling of being amazing, accomplished, happy, butterflies, you know?
Probably Remy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So feeling happy, accomplished, you're looking around, showing her the doggy door. Tell me a little bit how this representation, Remy represents you. Has she got kind of a goofy grin on her face? Or
It's the head tilt, I think.
Yeah.
She's got the little head tilt, and just sort of when she sprawls out on the grass or on the carpet or on the couch, and she's just so happy and relaxed and safe and comfortable, and I did that for her.
Yeah. Okay. And where can Remy live in your? Oh, I said Romy because that's my dog. Where can Remy live in your body? If Christina wants to call on you, where can Remy sit in your body?
Oh, she's in my heart.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And is there a special word or cue that Christina can use to bring you up accomplished with, you know, and bring Remy forward? Is there a particular word that she can use?
I don't know, like a particular word, but I just think like it's for Remy, or do it for Remy kind of thing.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Accomplished. Frustrated. I want to come back to you in this conversation. So Accomplished is here for you. So, I asked you, so if there was a support that you could have, if there was a part of you, this is the part that you actually went to. Okay. So I just want you to stand for a moment, just in your mind's eye. I want you to stand or sit or just be wherever you like in your happy place. I want you to just bring Accomplished sort of to you in your mind's eye, this image of Remy. And Accomplished, I want you to just provide that support to Frustrated in any way that that she needs. So it might be a hand on the shoulder or a hug. Frustrated, what can Accomplished do here, or this image of Remy do to just kind of help, with some of that affect, some of that feeling that you're feeling? What do you need from Accomplished right now? It might be a word or a gesture.
I think just actually being with Remy. Reminding myself that, the thought is that it's always for her.
Yeah.
And she is happy.
Yeah.
So, as long as I'm with her, that is the most important thing.
Yeah, okay. Take a moment. Just give her a little pat or a little tickle, scratch on the bum or a tummy thing. I just want you to gaze down at Remy, and I want you to just, repeat that to yourself in your mind. It's always for her. She's always happy. What are you noticing right now?
A little bit of calm. Just, it almost takes a bit of the weight off my shoulders.
Yeah. What's going on in your body now? You sort of looking down, staring at her, scratching her, that weight's coming off, that little bit of calm. What else do you notice in your body?
The tightness goes away.
Okay.
The hunch in the shoulders goes away. Take deeper breaths.
Okay.
And just kind of puts me in the moment instead of everything being about the future.
Okay. Does that feel positive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to know that Accomplished, and Remy has already said at any time that when you need her, she's there. All you need to do is sort of just go into your heart and bring up that beautiful image of her. And she's willing to help you, and just spend a few moments with her at any time that you want, just patting her and just kind of, she's there for you whenever you need that feeling, whenever you're feeling that kind of urgency, whenever you're feeling that rush, whenever you're feeling that I'm trapped, it's all too much. She's there for you. It doesn't have to change anything right now. It doesn't have to influence your decision, but just want you to know that she's a resource, she's a part of you that you can bring up anytime you need. Yeah. Okay. So Frustrated, how are you kind of feeling in this moment? Well, obviously, you're not going to solve anything overnight, but is there anything else that you feel like you need to hear from Comfort, or that you need to kind of reflect on yourself?
It definitely doesn't, solve anything straight away, but it does, I feel like, take the urgency out of it a lot.
Yeah.
And just, finding ways to be with Remy, I think, that are sometimes outside the house and away from all the neighbours sometimes, is the sort of little breaks, I guess, to get through to the future goal, even if whether it's the stepping stone goal or the big goal eventually. But I think it does take the urgency and the immediate
Yeah. Okay, so what are let's just, some of the, and Comfort, you might want to weigh in as well, but just kind of some of the smaller things that you just said about, is it day trips? Is it little short holidays? Is it an afternoon walk around the Pelican Lake? What are those sort of small things that you think that you could lean on to just when you're helping, when you're feeling that distress?
I think a big one is visiting my mum more.
Yep.
Because she's on 3 acres. And I take all the animals, and we hang out, and we spend lots of time outside. And then it's probably a mix of spending the whole weekend with my family, as well as being away from suburbia and the convenience. But it does make it feel good to come home.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of annoying to admit.
Yeah. And what's good about coming home?
My house, that's mine, with my stuff,
yeah,
the way I want it, and my coming back to my routine. And I like living alone, having space, coming home to a quiet house after like a busy weekend with family is nice from a different perspective.
Yeah, so quiet space, a space that's yours, it's the way you want it, and it's something that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. And comfort. You've obviously seen, we've watched this whole thing unfold, right? And frustrated saying there's a little bit less of a sort of that sense of urgency. Obviously there's still that big overarching goal, and I don't think you would disagree with it. But there's also kind of frustrators come to this perspective of like, there's actually some things we can do to make this manageable in the meantime. The trips to mum's, whole weekends away, getting out and about, things like that. Does that feel good for you? Like, is that something that you think is reasonable?
Well, yeah, I think from comfort's perspective, like that's probably perfect.
Yeah, you're happy to go with go with that. Yeah. Is there anything else you would suggest for frustrated? Something that you'd be willing to kind of give if you were to offer frustrated just a little bit more, like another olive branch, carrot doggy toy. What is there any final things you'd like to say to frustrated?
I think it would be to reduce that feeling of urgency when I get all stuck. Would be to just like right now in the moment when things aren't feeling that way, to still just organise to see my broker and suss out what things would look like financially and what is realistic and what isn't, and like it doesn't hurt to always look, and maybe with some things sort of still flowing in the background, always towards that bigger goal, would take away that I need to get out of here, I need to find a block of land, the only one I can afford is 6 hours away and I'm going to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Just to sort of remind myself that we're on the track, we're saving for it, we've organised things, we've been looking, that sort of thing. I think.
Yeah, okay, so comfort, you're like, it doesn't hurt to look, that we sort of want to move in that direction, but, you're willing to kind of just chug along, do the appointments, get the finances sort of plan in order, all that kind of stuff, in order to kind of support frustrated's goal. Yeah, okay. And frustrated, how does that sound to you? Does that sound like a reasonable plan that comfort's willing to take those steps and keep things flowing in the background while you're kind of...
I think that needs to happen, because otherwise I haven't done all of those things and then I'm in that moment of feeling trapped and I have nothing organised. So I think that'll be a good thing to pop into my head when I'm feeling really frustrated and trapped.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm frustrated. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you need from me or need from us or need from your kind of your inner resources, anything like that at the moment? Or are you feeling
okay? I think it's when I get home, I want to give my dog a hug.
Yeah. And comfort, are you feeling like that's kind of, is there anything else you need to say, anything else you need from me? Or
I don't think so. I think it was good to put into words my appreciation for my current lifestyle, which I often just...
You got to have a voice again, because frustrated sounds like they're coming together, we've got to do all this. So you were able to kind of have a space to articulate it. Yeah, nice. Put it into words. Okay. Yeah. Well, frustrated, thank you so much. It was such a beautiful experience here to talk to you, and comfort as well, and also beautiful Remy. Thank you for showing up and helping Christina and frustrated through this and offering that support as well.
Thank you.